All right, hey people, it's see here October 16th, 2021. I'm Chris Lucas, and today I'm in downtown Indianapolis heading to I guess you could say, a freedom rally, anti New World Order mandate reality. And there's also Comic Con, that's why you see people dressed up. Now I had to park kind of far away just because today's Sabbath, and in Indianapolis, they don't have free parking close to the Capitol building or the State House building. So I have to walk. I almost have to break the Sabbath to walk here. So it's like either I pay for parking and break the Sabbath, or I walk a distance. But I think it's still a Sabbath journey, hopefully. But anyway, as you can see, I think I'm getting close. Right there's a big crowd. Today I'm gonna probably also attempt to, talk to some of the crowd about, hey, what do you know about the Catholic Church? Today I brought Herbert C. Holdridge's letter to Dwight Eisenhower, talking about basically the Vatican takeover of America. See what the people here know about all that. It is a very windy day. At some point, might have to put down my phone. Just wish I would have brought a stand, but I'm not walking all that way. Hey, how you doing, man? Hey. Oh, not much, man. Just kind of recording the show here. I'll get a little bit of your sign in there. What does it say? Why vaccinate when you have an effective treatment? Right. Yeah, dude. Ivermectin. Yeah, man. It's like CQ. Well, here's the problem too, dude. It's like, Trump, when he signed that warp speed. Oh my gosh. Trump, when he signed that warp speed, what he did was he said there is no effective treatment. That's why he should have never signed warp speed to begin with, because by signing it, you actually gave these agencies an excuse to go after the doctors that prescribe ivermectin. Because why are you doing warp speed if there's an effective treatment, right? So by doing that, he acknowledged there was no.
They would have never admitted there was an effective treatment.
Oh no, they would have not have. But Trump didn't help by signing that either, and he didn't help by renewing because he renewed the executive order July and then October. Had he just not showed up for work for a month, this would all be over. That's what I like. But so out of curiosity, I mean, do you know much about the Vatican's involvement in all of this?
I haven't looked too much into that, no.
Okay, because, one of the things was, Hillary Clinton was speaking at the Pontifical Council for Culture, which is, part of the Vatican, and she's there and she says, hey, we need to do more to censor free speech, and everyone there said, yes, we agree. So just to let people know, they're also part of the censorship. The Vatican's causing that. One thing you got with Trump, because one thing about Trump too is he nominated nothing but Catholics, Roman Catholics, and Catholics like Kavanaugh said we need to do something about global warming. Amy Coney Barrett, she just went against the Indiana University when students were trying to fight the vaccine mandates. She said, no, you're not going to be able to do that because the students were trying to fight it, and she blocked it. A lot of people don't know that. That's another pick of Trump. You know, it's like, so, you know, I mean, that's kind of what I'm out here trying to do, is just trying to see how much people are aware of all that, you know, spread the word about all that, because I got, like, you know, a letter here that General Holdridge wrote to Eisenhower back in 1959, and it says that he's talking about the Jesuits controlling our government and how we need to investigate. Yes, you can have this, man.
Really?
I got 2 copies. I need to keep this other one for myself.
Take pictures of it if you want to hold on to it.
You know what, man? You can have that copy. Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, no. I'd
Um,
like to look into that.
yeah, man. That's the one thing I've been trying to talk to people years about is like, when I initially voted for Trump in 2016, but when I saw who he was nominating, I got real nervous real fast, because I was like, you're not going to make this guy seem like he's the greatest thing ever, have all these people hate him, which makes him look more legit, and then he's going to nominate Deep State on top of it. I said, something big is up, and I started getting worried that something like this was going to happen. You know, one thing too, you know, I'm going to go walk around a little bit, but I'll leave you with this one last quote. A lot of people don't know this, but Abraham Lincoln once said, this war would have never been possible without the sinister influence of the Jesuits. We owe it to popery that our land is now reddened with the blood of her most noblest sons. A lot of people do not know the Vatican was behind the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. Another brigadier general wrote a book, Thomas Harris. Thomas Harris wrote a book in 1890 something, I think, talking about, it's called Rome's Responsibility for the Assassination of Abraham Lincoln. You can find it for free on Google. But in that book, he talks about how while he was overseeing the trial, there was enough evidence to convict the Pope behind the assassination. So, I mean, this is 2 generals we got talking, you know, about this. But it's covered up, you know. But why is it covered up? I mean, you think Sean Hannity, Catholic, is going to talk about it? You think he's going to even point out that they got a bunch of Catholic churches set up on both sides of the border? No. So that's why this is getting covered up. When people start looking into it and you start seeing that, you start going, well, why doesn't our media talk about it? Why don't they point these people out? Well, you look at what church they belong to, and it kind of... But at least it's a really nice festive day seeing these people out.
Huh?
I say it feels more festive when you see these people out. Comic-Con. Yeah.
I assumed that's what it was.
Yeah, I parked way over there because I don't want to pay for parking because it's the Sabbath.
I found a place to park right in this alley out there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to check
parking.
that.
It said restricted, but only Monday to Friday restricted.
Oh, dude, thank you so much, man. Dude, because whenever I come to these events, I'm always parking, like, man, it's almost a mile or 2 away, man, to walk out here. Because I didn't know there was any other place to park. Yeah, I'm all the way over on.
I always try to weasel my way in somewhere.
Yeah, because I can't do it when they do it on Saturdays. I won't pay for parking, you know? I mean, but, so when you said that alley, is that before you get to Senate, or is it after Senate?
No, it's before. Yeah, it's before.
Okay, because I'll look for that.
Right, I think it's that light. You turn left.
Man, I'm gonna go walk down there and look. Dude, thanks. That's so awesome, man. I appreciate it.
It's on
All right. Well, hey, you guys have a good day, man.
Good seeing you.
Hey. Oh boy, it just blows my mind to see these Trump signs out here. It's like, Trump locked you down, buddy. Trump locked you down. You don't double down when Trump locked you down. This is crazy. Hey.
All right. Hoosiers for Medical Liberty seeks to promote the social welfare of Hoosiers through the education of citizens and lawmakers in the state of Indiana. Ashley will not rest until Hoosiers have the medical liberty and freedom they deserve. Make sure you visit her website, h4ml.org, where she has loaded it full of resources, including educational forms and much more. Please welcome Ashley Gross.
Oh, sure.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it, man.
Makes it look like.
That's what I got it from, man, because I was like, dude, I need to fix that message.
Really? And then it's the whole thing.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you to everyone who worked to get this together.
I hate that we're all in this together. It's like I was never involved in that. Day one, I was never in this.
That is good to hear, man. Like, yeah, dude, I was trying to get something together before they even had the first day of the lockdown. Because, I mean, when I saw that stuff with Rudy Gobert, I think that's his name, that NBA player, it's like, man, I was like, nah, dude, this is done, dude. This isn't happening. And to be honest, when I saw the people that Trump was putting in office, I got real nervous, man. Because I'll admit, I voted for Trump thinking he might be different. But when I saw who he nominated, it freaked me out. Yeah, dude, from Kavanaugh, because Kavanaugh could have jailed Hillary Clinton, and you nominated Kavanaugh? What? I was like, and Barr defended those agents that blew Randy Weaver's wife's brains out while she's holding a baby. You nominated him of all people, and also he covered up Mina, which could have put the Clintons in jail. So when I started seeing that, I was like, okay, you could see this is fake hatred. These Democrats, the deep state, they hate. Barr's his buddy. You know, Barr's the deep state's buddies. Kavanaugh's the deep state's buddy. So why are they making it out like Trump's fighting the deep state? And it's the media, man. So I'm like, there must be something really big getting ready to happen. So the very first day of this COVID stuff, dude, I was like, okay, this was what they were setting us up for.
People have been predicting a global pandemic for years. It'll be under control.
See, I wish I would have knew that part. Like, I never studied. Like, I heard it years ago, and then I never like really thought about it much or heard about it. Hi.
Unincorporated government.
All right, thank you. See, get that. Trying to do a show too. It's just. Maybe I should have probably told you, like, hey man, I'm doing a live show right now. But this is kind of it, man.
Where are you putting it?
On Facebook and YouTube, and it normally stays on YouTube for about a day or two, and my channel gets. It doesn't matter what it says, man. Like that.
If you put anything with COVID or vaccine, it'll get flagged.
Yeah, right now I'm trying not to even put that in the title. I'm just putting rally. I don't know. Maybe rally starts getting banned.
I think freedom is long gone too. If you put freedom, they'll ban it.
Oh man, maybe. I bet you they would, dude. Or at least they go, uh-oh, this says freedom. We better make sure these guys are up to something.
I was the same way with Trump though. In 2016, I loved Trump. I was 16 back then, but I loved Trump. I went to his rallies. And then in like January 2017, I saw the people who started stuff. I'm like, this is nothing like the message that he claimed it would be.
Dude, that's really awesome that you're so young and you see that.
Yeah.
Because what are you, like 20? 21. Yeah, dude. So you're way ahead of the game, man. Like, I mean, I know it's kind of like a new time because when I was growing up, there was no internet or anything. I'm 46.
You do not look 46.
Thank you.
You really don't.
But, yeah, it must be all those raves and boxing and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, one thing about growing old, man, just don't get into their mind if you start thinking like, oh, I'm tired, I'm too old, I don't want to look weird. Once you start doing it, dude, I swear that's when you get the wrinkles and stuff, man.
Yeah. The government wants you to just be doing nothing, and watching sports and playing video games all day, and just sitting on your butt and doing nothing.
But yeah, man, that's pretty amazing though that you saw all this, because like, I mean, I tried talking to people and it's like their eyes just, it's like it's like they understand, and then it's like suddenly it's like Trump 24, Trump 2024. I'm like, what did I just show you and tell you for the past hour?
So are you going to vote for president in 2024?
I'm trying to run myself for 2024. I mean, I'm qualified to run. I vote in the primaries, because that's one of the things you got to make sure you do is vote in the primaries. But yeah, dude, I mean, like, to tell you the truth, see, you're still young. You probably don't even have a family and kids and things like that, right?
Yeah, no.
Okay, so if you don't have like a lot of like other responsibilities, the main thing about running for office is just time.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time.
And I mean, and if you just go and do something and don't think like, oh, well, it's just a city council office or something, dude, that's huge. Like, because the city council can fight the governor's mandates. As far as I know, they can fight the mayor's mandates. So some people are arguing with me a little bit, but I believe they can, because I believe that's what they did in other states. They fought the mandates with the city council. But that's always can be something, man, to propel you to something more, And I would say run as a Republican. Don't even get into this whole libertarian thing. Try to take back the party from them.
I agree with that. I identify as like small government, libertarian, conservative. But there's two options, basically. You should try to take over the one that's closest, which I agree with you on that completely.
Because right now what it is the Democrats run almost the entire Republican Party as well.
Yeah.
So you have to you can't let them control both and keep creating that illusion. And so you take that back, and that way they don't have this illusion of it's a separate party.
Yeah. The only reason our current governor is Republican is because that's the only way he can get elected. If he was living in New York, California, he'd run as a Democrat.
Oh, yeah.
So did you live in Indianapolis? Or did you live in,
I grew up in Indianapolis, but I live out in Brownsburg right now.
What high school did you go to in Indianapolis?
Okay, well, it was Warren Township is where I used to go, but I grew up like almost right next to Tech High School.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I grew up 10th and rural. Like, I was right in the ghetto. Or at least it was ghetto then. I mean, maybe it's a little bit better now.
It's a little bit better because there's some hipster people are moving in there. In 5 years, it'll probably be completely Yeah, I appreciate everything you do.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying, man. I mean,
I know you're a warrior.
I try, man. I try. I mean, my main thing is to try to also help people understand, because they know there's something else going on. It's not just the Democrat Party.
Right.
There's something outside of it. So what is that thing? And a lot of people don't seem to understand that. And I actually think this whole thing that's happening, this shows you how bad the churches are throughout America. Because when's the last time you walked into a church on Sunday and heard them talking about the Vatican, the Catholic Church, the great whore? And guess who's pushing this mandates the hardest? The Catholic Church. The Pope himself, is like saying, hey, we need to do everything we can to censor free speech. That was said when Hillary spoke at the Pontifical Council for Culture.
And you saw our former Senator Joe Donnelly is now the Vatican ambassador. Did you see that?
Wow. Wow, man. No, I did not know that.
That was announced like last week.
Wow.
It's funny. People don't realize, but our entire government runs the way it does because they're being blackmailed by pedophiles that have video or pictures of them doing stuff with kids. When you understand understand that, you understand why your government is the way it is.
And what church has the biggest problem with that?
I wonder what.
And then you see and then think about this problem. Why is most of these churches, when they have these ecumenical councils, you're bowing to that guy, the guy that's got the biggest problem with kids,
Yeah.
right? And then here they are bowing to him. You got the president bowing to him when he goes meets him.
If you're a conservative, I don't understand how you could be a Catholic with this Pope.
That's exactly no with anyone, man. I mean, you look at
Especially
the
this Pope, because it's so obvious.
oh yeah, and you look at the 200-year history of it though. 200 years ago, people don't understand this either. The Vatican had, and this is said on Catholic publications, because that's where I found it at, was on the Crux. And they go 200 years ago, the Vatican or the Catholic Church handed out rewards and punishments for vaccines,
Yeah.
right on their website.
There's a reason why our founders, did you know every single one of the 13 original colonies banned Catholic immigration? Did you know about that?
I did not know they banned it. I knew they banned people for running for office.
Yeah,
it used to be.
Well, they didn't explicitly ban Catholic immigration, but from every Catholic country. So no Ireland, no Italy, Spain, France, any Catholic European country.
And see, that's part of what the Monroe Doctrine was in 1820. It was Vatican influence in those Southern American countries, and they said, well, hey, we don't want you to try to influence our country. Then, 20 years later, the Vatican's trying to make deals with Democrat politicians to remove the Bible from public schools, which all started in New York in 1854 because they wound up accepting it.
Right.
And then 1858, 1854, you wind up having like 7 states removing the Bible from public schools. I think it was like 39 in New York alone.
Yeah. It is funny when you mention the pedophile thing, and people are like, oh, but that happens in every church. It's like, that's true, but it's especially one church. Like, in France, I assume you saw the thing probably last week of like 500,000 kids were molested by Catholic priests over the last
No, I didn't catch that, man.
Or they had a similar thing in Germany. In Germany's equal Protestant and Catholic, but they had this thing about like 500,000 kids were molested by a Catholic church, and there's nothing like that from the Protestant church.
No. And it's like no one ever really gets in trouble. George Pell, the guy third down in the Vatican in Australia, he was tried and convicted for pedophilia with 2 boys. And it's hard to even get a case like that heard, let alone convicted. But then some judges in a closed court, it was judges that overturned it.
Right.
And the thing about George Pell is, a few years before, Rupert Murdoch, the guy who runs Fox News, he said, congratulations, George Pell, for becoming number 3 at the Vatican. And I think, and what it is they say his same news organization in Australia, I can't remember the name of it.
It's Sky News.
Okay, yeah, they say, man, I'm thinking it might be a different name, but you might be right. But anyway, they say that it was responsible for creating the news to get him off that charge.
Yeah.
It's not there anymore. Right now, the
Oh, it's all right, man.
But it's funny, some Catholics, do you know a guy named Michael Jones?
Do I know who?
Michael Jones.
I might, but I might.
He's this like Catholic guy. He actually lives in South Bend, Indiana, but
okay.
He's like an internet guy. But he blames all the Catholic stuff on, Jews infiltrated the church and sexualized the priests. He blames all of it on the Jews. It's like there's been Catholic pedophile problems back forever.
Oh yeah, that's what they've been trying to do forever, man. So dude, you're way ahead of the game, man. Because it's like, I mean, wow, this actually makes me very like like excited, dude. Here's some young person this awake, man.
I'm a special case.
I mean,
there's so many young conservatives that like are Catholic because I think they like it because like the authority of the Pope is very like hierarchical. But it's like, why would you want to be in a hierarchy when the top guy is like?
right. You know, see, I'm just trying to make people understand that. I mean, that's where your problem starts. And, you know, the Vatican and the Catholics got the entire Democrat Party. They're already doing the open borders. Why is it open borders? Because 90% of the southern countries south of America, yeah, 90% of them. And that's why they leave that border open, because when Reagan passed amnesty in 1987, California used to be Republican, and as soon as he passed amnesty, let's see here, Catholics, immigrants, vote Democrat. If I pass amnesty, what happens? Turns a whole state into a Catholic state, and that's what they're trying to do with Texas.
And Arizona.
But if they get Texas, it's like you'll have nothing but Democrats, or at least a Republican would be like, well, I have to be I have to be more like them because that's all that's getting elected. It'd be that excuse.
The thing I was saying, I remember what I was saying. Was
okay.
The lead of the Catholic Church in America, and he was also Joe Biden when he was vice president's like religious council was also convicted of pedophilia. Catholic priest leader, and he was Irish. America pedophile. I'm trying to find it. See, I like it. If you look at Catholic Church pedophile, there's like a million things that come up. Sean O'Malley. I can't find it.
I hope a lot of things that you're saying is being picked up by my mic, because dude, you're saying a lot of good stuff I'd like to have on my show. You know, it's like this is, yeah, man. Like I have a live show a lot of times, man. Sometimes it's just most of the time it's just me and my friend Truth Freeze. This girl named Polly from New York. We'll do a show together, and we basically have like me and you talk, but you know, but like maybe. She'll be like, "Hey, pull this up on the internet," and I'll show that. And
what platform is it on?
I'm on Odyssey.
Odyssey,
yeah. Yeah, because I get banned on BitChute. They don't like me. BitChute's not as free as people think, man. It's like they don't like the whole. If you notice BitChute, go search for New World Order stuff, and most of it's like Jews run the world. It's like. And it's like and if you try to say Catholics run it, that's when it starts getting banned.
What's your name of your show?
Fishing for Truth on Odyssey. Yeah, if you probably type it all as one word.
It's one word?
Yeah, if you're on Odyssey, I would just type it in as one word. I bet it pops up. And what you'll see is like you'll see this icon of me. It looked kind of like a pinkish purple of me DJing, because I used to. Well, it got pulled from my YouTube channel originally, which I was like DJ Liquid Smooth, and I wasn't even trying to do all this stuff. I was just trying to be like some kid that was like DJing.
Liquid Smooth, 72 followers.
Yeah, that's him.
I got your thing up there.
All right, cool, man.
But I'm trying to find. Wait, hold on. Man, I can't find this. I swear on my life.
What an awesome day, huh, guys?
But yeah, man, I mean, heck, if you ever want to go talk on my show and just sit and have a chill conversation.
You're speaking my language. My God.
Yeah, did you ever run for anything? Let me know, or anything, man, dude, because I'll help fund you, man. I mean.
I just feel like I wouldn't get taken seriously.
Dude, it doesn't matter. What you do is you run, you let that judgment be on them.
Okay, this is the guy. Theodore McCarrick is the American former cardinal.
Okay, here, let me just get that. All right, Theodore McCarrick.
The Archbishop of Newark. He was the Archbishop of Washington, following credible allegations of repeated sexual misconduct towards boys. It's always gay pedophiles. Why is it always gay pedophiles?
I think that's the sickest thing you can do, man.
Yeah, I mean, I get the pedophile. I mean, I get the like, but why specifically boys?
I think that's the sickest thing you can do.
Yeah.
That's why I think they pick it, because it is the absolute sickest thing. I mean, because dude, it wrecks a boy, man.
Yeah. Okay, get this. A prolific fundraiser, he was connected to prominent politicians and was considered a power broker in Washington, D.C. Within the church, he's considered a moderate or progressive, and he was active in social justice causes. Doesn't that say everything?
Wow, man. Oh my gosh, did you get that off of Wikipedia?
Wikipedia.
Dude, I'll have to look
If
at
it
that.
says this on Wikipedia, imagine what it says in the like.
If you start
If you
digging.
start digging.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So this came out in 2019.
And one last little bit, he is running for school board in Center Grove School District.
So that's another thing too, man. We need we just need good people to try to run, man. And I mean, no matter how, I think what it is just trying to get your name out there. See, my whole problem is I feel like I can talk, I can get people behind. I have zero time. I work 70 hours a week. I got 2 small children. I drive tanks. I don't know if people know that. But yeah, dude. So that job, if they threaten us, this whole everything shuts down.
Well, my job, I work in healthcare, and I'm actually getting fired because
Oh man.
and they offer a religious exemption, and it's a Catholic company too.
Oh, dude, I did a show about that. I said, guess who's the first people to push that mandate?
Catholic company.
to college education.
Yeah, I mean,
ideology known as critical.
I don't know how that works, man. It's like, hey, I think you're the great whore. So do I have to?
Well, it's like sort of a half Catholic.
So,
half.
I got alarmed when I heard
Wow.
Berkeley School.
That's cool, man.
Diversity, equity.
Man, so do you got like another plan, or?
I'm not actually mad about getting fired because I plan to go to college in January. I think I'm going to study IT.
We have people like
Well paying.
those are called
A lot of those jobs are
political officers.
so I can live.
Oh, that's good, man.
Because I'm tired of living in the
It's a
city.
super invention.
Oh, I am too. I wish I could get further away. I mean, I'm.
The thing about you is you're kind of stuck here because your wife or whatever and then your
Teachers
kids.
actually are less
But
has
the
to
time is now for me to
come to
move
the
because
line.
Oh, dude, I'd be getting out. If I was single, I'd be getting out.
yeah. Because not only because of the political situation, but also because I don't have any really commitments right now.
Right.
We have to reach our target.
Yeah, now one thing I know, some of the colleges, they're trying to still make people get vaccinated.
Right. Yeah, like I think the only Indiana college that has that is IU and then Notre Dame.
Yeah, who Amy Coney Barrett, who Mr. Trump nominated, she said, no, I'm blocking you from fighting the mandate.
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, why are you holding up a Trump sign? Trump 2024, I want more. I want more of this.
Did you know that prior to 19, are you Protestant?
Oh yeah, I'm a Sabbath keeping Protestant. Like I keep the 7th-day Sabbath and all that.
Which denomination?
I'm really like non-denominational. I mean the closest probably beliefs I have is probably like Church of God. Maybe because I don't like the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Sorry, Seventh-day Adventist, but I just don't like the whole Ellen White thing. And one problem with her too is like they think they're all health and everything, but she actually was vaccinated herself. And I'm like, I don't know how you fight this mandate when your prophet got vaccinated. And not like just because you got vaccinated or you believe in vaccinations. I mean, this isn't exactly a vaccination, but
resources for parents and for students.
Oh, but so prior to 1920, Every single Supreme Court justice
different
Friday 1920.
for how to be a
Oh, wait a minute, one. It was a guy that ruled in the Dred Scott case. He was the first Catholic on the Supreme Court.
Friday 1920.
Yeah, because it was during this. It was right before the Civil War.
Really? Okay. Well, then they may have been wrong.
Yeah, that's I know that. Oh, dude, Taney, Judge Taney. He was the first Catholic on the Supreme Court, and there he goes supporting the South in the Civil War. You know.
But okay, almost every Supreme Court justice Friday 1920 was Protestant. Now, all of them are either Catholic or Jews, besides me and Bosick, who identifies both as a Catholic and a Protestant, which I don't know how that's possible.
I think he sends his kids to Catholic
He sends
school.
kids to Catholic school.
Yeah. Episcopalians, if you read their webpage, it says Protestant yet Catholic. It's like, that's kind of like a weird, like, I don't know. It's kind of more like you're openly for all the things the Catholic Church actually is for.
These are gay, but straight. Like, it doesn't make any
Yeah, here's one thing I found out too, man, was like, I was doing a show, and like, what's the most Catholic state in America? Oh, it's Rhode Island, 4% Catholic. Their Catholic governor just passed a bill to have abortion up to birth. So you can't say, oh, Trump, you got to get behind Trump's picks. They're Catholic. Well, no, because Catholics are pushing abortion. You know, it's like that's what drives me nuts.
Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, Andrew Cuomo.
And that's their. That's the person of what active society.
The Democratic Party has years controlled entirely by Catholics. It was controlled by Irish and then Italian immigrants in New York.
Dude, that's good to hear that you even know that, man. Nah, dude, like, if everyone knew that, we wouldn't be in this situation. We would not be in this situation.
That's the thing with the
I agree with 100% on that one. This older man was like stuck at the gas station, and he was gonna take my money, and I was like, "Oh man, thank you, man." And he's like, and I saw that he was Jewish. Well, he carried around Jewish. All this stuff. And he hands me this, and he goes and hands me that 3%. That's how I found out 3%. And so I don't know if that's how all the 3%ers are, but all the ones I met, that's even brought it up to me, has been like this.
Well, there's some that are here. I thought a 3%er.
Okay.
It's true that of the 3% politics against the British Empire. So, if you can destroy an entire country, imagine what you can get from 10%.
I think it actually would only even take just 1%. But because I tell my friends just that, like, because I got a lot of people like I think like Johnny Carucci a little upset with me. Okay, making sure. Anyway, it's just weird to hear that being as soon as I say that. But like, I get like some people that's in this, teaches the same things I teach, and they go, "Man, you shouldn't be involved, man. It's all a scam." But I'm like, dude, if just 10 people like showed up to like these like Republican meetings, like these monthly Republican meetings, just 10 of us, because think about it, God said he wasn't going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah if you could find 10 people. I think if you just had 10 people show up at all these meetings, suddenly it's not just me looking like a crazy person, it's not just you yourself looking like a crazy
you got 10 people, and if you got 10 people sounding really knowledgeable and really informed, and everyone else is like, I haven't heard that, but these guys got a lot of knowledge, suddenly they're the ones going, maybe I need to be like the 10 people instead of I'm fine. They're just one crazy person. People don't realize how easy it is to influence like local politics if you're involved at half the time. Yeah, I mean, and plus, I mean, it's like 10 of us go, man, and like, let's say we know Mike Braun's going to be someplace. We know Holcomb's going to be someplace. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, I got a story about Mike Braun. Because, dude, I get mad. I get mad at that Trump was nominating Amy Coney Barrett. I said she just sided with the Democrats on the lockdown. Dude, I don't want her nominated. She's Catholic, and I knew Mike Braun was Catholic. I knew who I was talking to, but I was like, he's our rep. Who else am I going to call? You know, you got Todd Young and Mike Braun. I called them both. Well, I guess at the time I only called up Mike Braun because I only had time to make one call that day. What's weird is like maybe 3 or 4 hours later, I read a piece in the news, and it says Jim Banks, another representative from here, just called Barr to investigate anti-Catholicism, which I'm sorry, I think that's a weird coincidence that I called Mike Braun about that very thing, and now you got Jim Banks, who's also from Indiana, talking to William Barr, and now William Barr's talking anti-Catholicism. And but yeah, because that was one of my problems, man, was because I said, you know, Shibai Dore, I supported him for Senate in Massachusetts, and I saw him get Dr. Shiva Idore. Yeah, you want it, man. Nah, that's all. Like, dude, you're like so big. Dude, I mean, for to be young like that and all this. And then in 2015, it's just incredible to me that you like woke up about all that fast, and like, I mean, where did you go, dude? They they're out about this. The funny ones definitely aren't. Melinda Grisham. She's and so name out there to help get signatures, and because I fought so hard, I was like, oh yeah, I know. Inspiration. After I bring water,
and man. Cool. All right. What's your name? All right. Was running for and I got done in January, the first week of January, because I was telling people don't get involved in that January 6th stuff. And that's the thing, they kicked me, don't get involved in it, and I was like, I was calling like, the link to my YouTube. I didn't put any information about it, just the link to my YouTube. And I called it my YouTube. It was called Bible Study. So it's supposed to be Bible Study, and all this shit is on the title. So they deleted my whole channel because of the Bible study telling people not to go to that Trump rally.
He's like the big guy.
Okay, I'll have to check him out. Oh, cool. No, I was actually I was Kavanaugh. And people were actually trying to get off his Twitter. You know, he calls like. But I don't want to keep
He's a real guy. Governors. So,
you know, okay, well, who locked him down? Trump. So what? So here I am. That's like society. It's like, yeah. But they argue that, dude, you guys said you love Trump. I'm keeping you locked down. You know, I'm gonna keep you locked down.
My dear friends and others, fought to save the Liberty Bell and the other bells in the area. See, bells were aplenty. That's how they communicated. Him and all the others saved the Liberty Bell. They took those bells and they went and saved the bell under the floor of their church. Zion Reformed Church. They held that bell there until June of that year when they took that bell back to Philadelphia. My family of the Greasers came to Indianapolis, Indiana, when my grandfather, who was a Marine, came to Fort Benjamin Harrison, and he was released from service at Fort Bend. And he went to a restaurant, and he met my grandmother, who was working there, and he stayed and raised his family. I love liberty. And with me, you have no worries about where I stand. I told myself in the campaign trail that regardless of a win or a loss, I was going to do what was right. So I'm urging you to step up and run for office. Run for GOP convention delegate to keep our Republican platform conservative. Because I can tell you what, they would love nothing more if you change the platform and make it more liberal. Take back your school boards, take back your city and county councils. Pray and then work your tail off. Let the chips fall as they may, and you'll be surprised you'll win. We need to vote out the Liz Cheneys of Indiana. We've got plenty of them. No person in public office should be allowed to become a career politician. It should never be a career choice to be one. Let's recapture and bring back conservatism to the Republican Party platform. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. We need to retread those tires and get involved. Yeah. Too much is at stake. Democrats and those soft, squishy Republicans, don't let them take away your birthright. Fire them at the next election by running against them. After I was elected, I was approached by a certain person, establishment, who had been in the party ranks for decades. I'd love to say his name right now. I won't say it publicly. I'll say it privately. He approached me and he said, "You know what, Melinda? You need to compromise more." I couldn't believe what I was hearing, but then again, I guess I could. I felt a little dumbfounded that he had the audacity to say that to me. But I told him, I said, "You know what? I'm not the problem here. I'm the solution." People like him and all the others before him compromised our freedoms away because we were weak. They were cowards. They wanted people to like them. That's why we're here now. That's why we're in this position. We have allowed common sense to be lost by not speaking up. We have very little little left. We now know what communism feels like. Our governor took our rights away to go to church, told us to stay home, and that was horrible. We know what it's like. We don't want more of it. I mean, why should we compromise about anything? I mean, the Democrats don't compromise anything for us. Where there's no meeting point that they come to meet halfway to us. No, I'm against compromise. No, absolutely not. Double down on your pressure. That's what I had to do on the campaign trail. I don't know how many people told me to be quiet, don't make waves. Oh, people aren't going to like you. Nah, that's not how it works. I'm going to double down, and it works. I'm telling you, double down on your pressure. It does work. Just like with the Revolutionary War, there are many battles that have to be fought. Do this for your posterity. When a Democrat or someone in the media quotes you and wants to distort your position, double down. They're wanting to shut you up. You're obviously telling the truth for them to want to distort you. Well, I agree that we should pray for our leaders. I don't believe in becoming their prey. That's P-R-E-Y. I'm for liberty. I'm not for stupidity. We got 400,000 reasons why at Arlington Cemetery why we need to get involved and stay in it. Ultimately, we're going to have to answer to our Maker. And he's going to ask you, well, why not you? Why not you step up? Why not you speak out? Why not you? The faster the Democrats and the Rhinos are voted out, the better off we will be. Freedom is not free. You don't have to fear. God is on your side. Be peaceful. Don't give the media any ammunition to discredit you. They did it to me. They'll do it to you, but double down. They may even try to put a plant at one of your events to discredit you. We are the heart. We're the heartbeat of America. They're not. They've got the platform, but they know they don't have the majority. You don't have to look any further than what happened on January 6th at the Capitol. That was a phenomenal rally. And yet the media interjected themselves and twisted everything around. And you know what really bothers me? Now, this was not even on my speech here. You know what really bothers me? Is when we have leaders, we have constituents here who went to that rally that are in jail right now that haven't had their due process. And we don't have our congressmen or senators haven't done anything to help get them out. Freedom demands that you get engaged. This is a battle and we know the final score. Go forward with faith. You got this. We need everyone to win. This was a battle that was started in our pre-existence and we're fighting it now. Let's vote out the squishy Republicans, vote out those complacent state representatives that don't do anything. We have that right to run. Please help a fellow patriot get on the ballot by signing in for Danny Niederberger. And don't leave today without considering how you're going to get involved and what you can do. Run for school board. You don't have to have kids at the school to run for school board. All you have to do is live in the district. We need grandparents, parents, we need everybody to get involved. This is a true and dire need. We lose freedom here, it's gone. Thank you. God bless you and your efforts, and may God bless this country.
All right, folks, I've got a couple of walk-up speakers that I want to give 5 minutes to and let them talk to you guys, and then we're going to start wrapping things up this afternoon. First, we have Terry Wood from Indiana Patriots Alliance.
First thing, 1 month from today, November the 16th, will be the last time November the 16th is called Organization Day. It is the last time that our elected officials assemble in this building. And on November the 16th, it is a Tuesday. I'm recommending you go home today, Monday, get the day off of work. Each one, reach one. Bring somebody with you. Bring a carload. Because what we are going to do on November the 16th will be historic, because we are going to put our legislators on notice. If any of you followed the 2021 General Assembly, nothing. And I mean, no, not nothing. We had a couple good bills that went through. But very little legislation was passed in the 2021 General Assembly because we have spineless, and I'll repeat that again, spineless GOP representatives in the State House. There are only 2 of them out of 100 worth retaining. Kurt Nisley and John Jacob. So here's what we're going to do on November the 16th. We are going to put our elected officials on notice that if you think you're going to come into the 2022 General Assembly and do nothing again, your replacement, we are recruiting them. And we are going to get them on the ticket. We can't replace all of them, but I can tell you this, we're going to take out some major players because we ain't playing. I'm not here to insult anyone's intelligence, but this shirt has nothing to do about masculinity and everything to do about message. So my word to all the gentlemen standing in the crowd today, if your masculinity will not allow you to wear a pink shirt, we just ask that you kindly step left until you get right. But this is about message, folks. And Operation Pink Slip is a strategy. And we have been working across the state. Since Memorial Day, I have literally shared this message on, this is the 63rd platform. Even if it's 5 minutes, y'all need to know that Operation Pink Slip is real. And we possess the power through we the people. That's where the power in the state of Indiana resides. So, in closing, the moment that you and my votes were nullified in 2020, we also nullified our consent to your tyrannical governance. So we're asking you, bring a busload, bring a van load, bring a carload, bring your neighbor, because you need to exercise your right with your voice. This is our house, not theirs. And we've had it. We have had it up to here with tyrannical governance. So my question question for you before you leave today. I'm asking you, do you want to be on the right side of history in 2022? Do you? Then be here. Same place, same channel, same location, same time, 10 to noon. And let these people who think they own this house know that their replacement is being recruited until they represent us and stand and represent the oath that they took to the Constitution of the United States. God bless.
Thanks, Gary. Hey, Dave, come on up here for me, buddy. You go ahead and I'll just let you introduce yourself to everybody, Mike.
Well, I appreciate everybody coming out today. Some of you may know me, some of you may not. My name is Gabe Whitley. I've been fighting. I've been a conservative activist since 2019. Last year, I held the 1 Million Hoosier March against the tyrannical governor. And today, I want to let you guys know that I have, a couple months ago, I have officially signed the paperwork to run for state office. I believe what our state government is doing is absolutely disgraced. It is absolutely sickening to see the rhinos absolutely pass democratic, unconstitutional COVID-19 mandate. It is wrong, and they know it, and we're going to fight back. The government cannot tell me, you or your child, what we can wear out in public. I have been fighting that for over a year, and I continue to do that. This past session, I had a very good opportunity to mentor under a great state rep. He did so many great things, I learned a lot from that. I want to let you guys know that my campaign has literally raised $30,000 without the. We have raised $30,000 from people like you across this great nation because they know that we need to take back Indiana. We need to stop these rhinos from infringing our constitutional rights, and that's what I plan to do. We need to end these COVID mandates. We need to stop these radical school board members from stopping us from, let me repeat that. We need to stop these radical school members from silencing us. A couple months ago, back in July, I almost got arrested and charged with trespassing because I called out the tyrannical security guard who legitimately blocked the entrance to the school board, and I filed a complaint with the public access counselor, and we won.